All right, guys, finally, My Hero Ultra Impact is actually kind of dropping some fire. It's like a mini fire. It's not a bonfire, but it's a mini fire, and I am very happy with content coming to the game. Finally, okay, so the very first piece of content is we are getting a new UA memory to grind for the UA Metal Shop. We are also getting a new VE Tower memory to grind for in the VE Tower Metal Shop, which is really, really nice. So that's just something else to grind towards in the game, which is cool. And so what those memories are going to do, well, the first one here is called You Die When You Die. If there are any pro heroes on the team, increases character speed by 30% and critical hit rate by 30%. When used in character's second or later successfully executed skill chain, decreases the opponent's power by 15% for 3 turns and critical hit rate by 15% for 3 turns. That is an insanely good free-to-play memory, okay? Giving crit rate and speed and having a technical hit and decreasing power and crit rate of the enemy. Yo, and the art, freaking amazing. That is a like S tier memory to grind for. You guys are definitely going to want that memory. It's very, very good as a free-to-play memory. The second free-to-play memory that you will be able to get is called Right Next to Your Ally. It increases characters' max HP by 30% when equipped by a hero. If there are any pro heroes on the team, increases characters' defense by 20% and gives character the ability to evade 2 times up to 1 time. Also gives character the ability to evade 2 times when HP is below 50% up to 1 time. It's an okay memory. It might have surprisingly like good uses in Club Festival, so it's worth getting before then, but I don't really know how often you're going to be using this one. I think the other one personally is going to be a little bit better, so that's the one I would go for in my opinion, but you should really be trying to get all of the free-to-play memories. That way you have a copy of them, because you never know when they're going to be good, okay? And then besides the memories that we can now grind for, they are also giving us a new VE Tower. Okay, well, not new, but a new difficulty of VE Tower, which is really, really great. Okay, so this VE Tower right here is going to be the impact stage that will be starting on the 11th and run up until the 24th, so literally 1 day away from the time of recording this video. So really, really psyched about a new VE Tower. Maybe they saw the videos, maybe they heard us complaining on Twitter, I don't know, or maybe this is just something they had planned, but thank goodness some actual content in the game. VE Tower has always been one of my favorite forms of content in the game, so I am so looking forward to this. I am excited to, see what comes of this VE Tower, if we're going to end up with more frequently or if this is just going to be a one-off. That makes me kind of nervous, but here's to hoping for the best. And then besides VE Tower, we are also getting new character stories, so those are kind of cool if you like those. The way you unlock character stories is by completing your trust and leveling up your trust on your characters. So if you already have all your trust done, you'll just basically be getting new stories that you can read, which are unique stories to the game, which is kind of cool. So that's just something else that's being added to the game, something you could grind for if you don't have your trust done already. I feel like at this point though, most people have their trust done, right? So yeah, but cool addition. And then besides that, we are getting a couple of new banners. So first off, we are getting the VE Tower UR and SR Boost Character Select Recruit. This will be running from the 11th up until the 24th, so this will be coming out very soon. I don't necessarily recommend summoning on this banner, especially when you look at this banner right here. Okay, so a new Tentacles recruit is going to be coming out, where you are going to be able to get Shoji. That is very, very, very sick. This will be starting on the 16th and run up until the 1st of February. This is going to be the first UR version of him we have in the game, which is very cool. Then you are also going to be getting an Int type Select Recruit, which I also don't recommend summoning on. So these two banners I probably wouldn't summon on, but this one maybe, but then I would still be careful about that, because after these banners here, we are going to be getting the 2-year anniversary for Global. Yeah, let me look over here. Yeah, the 2nd anniversary for Global, where we will be able to get these login bonuses as well, counting down up until the 2nd anniversary. There will be a round 1 and a round 2 of login bonuses where you will be able to get some very nice hero crystals and stuff like that. So that is awesome, of course. And then, so you're going to want to maybe potentially save on this banner and not summon on it, because you could potentially get him later. I don't know if he's going to be featured on the anniversary banners. Chances are he is, because he's probably going to be a general pool unit. So keep that in mind. But we'll take a look at his kit. I haven't actually seen his kit yet. I'll be reacting to it live with you guys here, and we'll kind of make a decision on whether we think you should be summoning or not. And then on that banner, this is going to be the free-to-play event memory that comes out alongside it. It is called It's a Cotton Candy Machine. When equipped by a UA High Class 1A character, increases character's max HP by 35% and critical resistance by 15%, and increases bind resistance. So not terrible. I don't know when you're really going to use this, but who knows? There might be a use for it. I love the art. I love how cringe they look. It's great. It's really, really good. And then for the summonable SR memory, this is going to be called Getting to Know Each Other, featuring Coda. And when equipped by a mind type character, increases character's critical hit rate by 25% and critical skill impact by 10%. If there are any heroes on the team, decreases critical hit rate of all opponents by 15% for 3 turns up to 1 time. So it's honestly not bad, giving crit rate and critical skill impact and decreasing the crit rate of opponents. This could be a potentially okay VE Tower memory, which I can say again because we have VE Tower coming back. So that's really, really great. That makes me so happy to say, yo, I get to talk about VE Tower again, guys. Okay, but the art, of course, amazing. So yeah, that's a potential memory you could summon if you summon on the upcoming Shoji banner. And then this is the new UR memory. Very, very sick. I love this art. Okay, I don't know why it's on this banner, but why not? Okay, it's called Sorry for Everything. Increases character's max HP by 50% when equipped by a mind type character. After character receives 1 attack from an opponent with lower max HP, increases character's critical skill impact by 15% for 3 turns, and plus Ultra Gauge by 10% up to 5 times. Multi-hit attacks count as 1 attack. Like that 50% increase max HP is like actually pretty good. I don't know how useful this memory is going to be. We'll have to see when we get into the game, because like still even now speed is king, right? So speed memories are better for PvP. And then in terms of like VE Tower, you're going to want to run technical hit, critical memories, stuff like that. So this really, I could see this memory being useful potentially in Club Festival, if anything, maybe Climax Battle. But I don't really know. We'll have to wait and see when we get it in game, see if it's actually worth having or using. But for the art alone, I definitely want that memory. That art is actually so sick. And then of course the new character, Shoji. Let's talk about him. Okay, so this is Strong-Armed Meizo Shoji, the very first one of his kind in the game. And then here are his arts, of course, looking very good. So his plus ultra move is called Octoblow. Deals 650% damage to a single opponent with a low chance 20% of stunning the opponent for 2 turns. Increases character's max HP by 30% for 3 turns. This skill gains Bullseye. Okay, that's pretty good. Having Bullseye, a low chance to stun isn't bad. It actually becomes a medium chance when you land a crit, so that's good overall. The only thing I don't like is that, like, this is called Octoblow, you know, he could hit multiple targets with that. He could. It could be a multi-target attack, but that's okay. For action skill 1 and 2, they both have 4-turn cooldowns, so that's really good looking at that to start off with. And the first action skill is called Octoswing. Deals 425% damage to a single opponent with a low chance 20% of stunning the opponent for 2 turns, which becomes a medium chance, which is decent. And then increases this skill impact by 45% when the opponent is affected by Nullify status elements. Oh, that's sick. Yes, let's counter the Nullify status elements meta. Let's go. Okay, and then action skill 2, Dupla Strike, deals 250% damage to all opponents, increases character's damage relative to max HP, increases character's max HP by 30% for 3 turns. This skill gains Bullseye. I really wish this was on this skill as well. The increased skill impact on this skill for the attack all, that would be sick. Okay, the fact that this is a single target like attack, I feel like it's not going to be as good as it sounds. Like, I'm hyped that we're finally getting something to counter Nullify status elements in a way, but like, I don't know, I wish it was an attack all. That'd be better. And then for the first auto skill, Tentacle Search, increases the stun, binding, and confusion resistances of all allies, excluding character. Okay, that's pretty sick. I mean, I don't like that it excludes character, though. That might not be too great. It's hard to say. When character is affected by stun, binding, or confusion, increases the resistance to each of these status elements for all allies up to 2 times. If character does not initiate a critical attack 1 time, increases character's critical hit rate by 10% for 3 turns. After character initiates critical attack 1 time, increases character's max HP by 10% up to 3 times. That's a really odd auto skill. I feel like it could be good. I feel like it could also not be very good. I feel like it's better for PvE for VE Tower, like getting that crit rate if you don't land a crit, which is good. But then it also requires you to not land a crit to get crit rate. So I don't know. And then I like the idea of increasing stun, binding, and confusion resistances of all allies. Like that's really good. But then it excludes him. So if you put him on a team in PvP, like he still gets bound or confused, and that messes up your skill chain. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. And then for auto skill 2, Broad-Minded increases critical hit rate of all allies by 5% every 1 turn up to 6 times. Yo, great VE Tower character because of that alone. Okay, also increases max HP of all ally UA high class 1A characters by 20%. Very interesting character that they designed him this way. They give him a bunch of HP and like scaling off of HP, but no real defense. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, my first impression, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think he's gonna be like very meta. I think he's gonna be just like an okay character. I don't think he's gonna be great in PvP. I think as far as PvE goes for VE Tower, he could actually have quite a few uses. I think he could be very good in VE Tower. He could be potentially really good in Club Festival too, because of this skill right here that gives increased skill impact when the opponent is nullifying status ailments. He could be one of the hardest hitters in Club Festival potentially. We don't know what Club Festival is going to entail, so we'll have to see, but I don't know. I feel like he's a character who could be okay at best. All right, and I don't feel like he's going to be anything too broken, but you never know. He could be a godsend. He could be necessary for VE Tower with those cooldowns and the crit rate. Like, I feel like that could be very, very good. It's just hard to say until we get him in the game, but I will point out that he doesn't really have any technical hits, so while he may do crit rate, he doesn't have technical hits, so I feel like there's still going to be better choices for VE Tower. So he's just a character honestly, I'm up in the air on him. I of course want to summon him because he is the first one in the game. But could you pass on him? I'm going to say right now, I think you guys could definitely pass on this banner. You could pass on him. You could pass on the UR memory. You could pass on the SR memory. Honestly, I don't feel like you necessarily need any of these things. And with the global 2-year anniversary coming up, I would say that is definitely going to be way, way, way more important. Okay, but with that, let's go ahead and take a look at Shoji's Plus Ultra animation, and we'll kind of make our final decision there, because if it looks really cool, you know, I might just cave anyways. All right, so this Plus Ultra animation is courtesy of Hydros Impact. Let's go ahead and see what Shoji can do. All right, so they do actually have a blue background. It's not just a black background. I'm kind of surprised they put a background in here. Yo, the punching him off into the air like All Might, that was kind of cool actually. That was kind of cool for the ending. The rest of it's okay. Like all the arms, seeing those punch and stuff is okay. It looks kind of weird. It looks like the there's a part here. It reminds me of like the bendy arm like toys, you know? They just look so funny. Man, I don't know. It just doesn't look right. Like right here, they all look just so funny. Some of them. If you look at some of the arms, they don't look right. But anyways, yeah, the ending there looks pretty good. And then he does the thumbs up. Okay. You know what? It's not bad for a general pool unit. Have there been better animations? Yes, there have been. But I am very, very happy with that. I'm happy to be finally getting him in the game. It's about time they started adding these new characters into the game with Edgeshot and with Shoji and characters like that. So I'm hoping this next year is fire. If this is any like indicator of what this next year is going to be, they're giving us VE Tower again finally. They're giving us a new character, right? Hopefully content is about to step it up. We're about to get some really fire characters, some really fire content, and I'm looking forward to it. But let me know what you guys are thinking about all this down in the comments, and if you guys enjoyed the video, please consider going down there, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, and thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.